All right, so my guy Malachi from PD Canines just asked another great question, and I had to think about it for a second. I was like, I don't know, I got to take a stab at it. But I was like, you know what? I actually think I have a good idea. And so the question was,
Could you break down the triangle of communication for us between the dog, trainer, and owner?
so I think there's a big misconception, and I learned this too, because I'm coming from literally being an amateur pet parent who used to get rescues and stuff like that from the shelter and not knowing anything about understanding the importance of knowing a dog in the first 2 years, all that stuff. Anyways, point of saying that is that there's a big misconception when people send their dog to someone like Stan to get their dog their dog trained to become like Rocco or Boots or any of the dogs that Stan trains, and then they think that when the dog comes back, that it's automatically going to be able to do all the things that they see on TikTok, YouTube, or even on Top Dog where they see Stan, right? And that is not the case, because you also, as the handler, have to understand how to communicate with the dog as well too. So yeah, Stan knows how to communicate with the dog. He understands everything that the dog can do, but now it's his job to communicate that with you and help bridge that gap between you and your dog. And then now you got to understand how to communicate what it is that Stan had taught them. So it's not like, oh man, he went to Stan, comes back, when I say, hey, go to the bathroom, he's gonna go to the bathroom. Stan might have said, hey, he might have trained him to say, go outside and use the restroom. See, the bathroom and restroom, two different words. So what you're communicating often also might not be the same thing. So you might be saying, hey, sit down. When Stan might have trained the dog to say, hey, just sit. He could just say, hey, see, sit, right? But if I said, sit down, she might not do it, right? So when you do send your dog to a board and train or to your dog to get trained, know that you also have to learn as well too, because what he may be communicating to the dog and what you may be communicating to the dog are two different things.
Totally
So
different.
that's where the communication, the circle of communication between dog, handler, and owner, dog, handler, and trainer all come together, because now the trainer, it's their responsibility to help guide you through that process on everything that they taught the dog so that you guys have a better understanding. Hey, sit. Take care of your dogs, people. Yes, good girl.